Hi, my name is Jim and I was retired. For this week's video, I'm going to follow an example of my YouTube hero, Josh Scandlen, and record this one from the car. It'll give another week for those biopsy scars to heal. It'll also give me a chance to talk about what's driving inflation. So stay tuned. What's driving inflation? Well, I'll tell you, it's not Vladimir Putin and the invasion of Ukraine. We've been on this road towards higher inflation for quite some time now. While some in Washington might want to blame the Russian conflict in Ukraine for the price increases that we're all seeing at the pump and the grocery store, it's not the case. These latest readings of inflation have been brewing for some time now. Most of last year, the Federal Reserve dismissed the trends as transitory. Others blamed supply chain problems and pent-up demand after the COVID pandemic. You remember what I said about the cold, hard facts of inflation? If not, see that video up there. So let's talk about the latest numbers. The Bureau of Labor Statistics has released the Consumer Price Index for February. The index increased 0.8% for the month and 7.9% over the last 12 months. These are levels we have not seen since January 1982. I was still in my first job after college. Economists often look at core inflation, or all items less food and energy, to see how the long-term direction for inflation is heading. On that basis, inflation was 6.4% over the last 12 months, the largest increase in core inflation since August 1982. So why do economists look at core inflation? Without food and energy, don't economists eat meals or drive cars? I've met quite a few economists over my career, and I can tell you that they do eat food and drive cars. But setting aside those most volatile components allows us to see the general direction of prices. Food and energy clearly were the most volatile components over the last 12 months, but more so energy prices than food. Energy rose 25.6% over the last year, and food increased 7.9%, more in line with the headline inflation rate. The food index in the CPI basket includes food at home, or what you and I call groceries, and food away from home, what you and I might call dining. Food at home rose 8.6% over the last 12 months, the largest increase since April 1981. Meat, poultry, fish, and eggs increased 12%. Beef alone rose 16.2%. Now, I buy what's on sale. If you haven't heard the technique sous vide, I'm going to put a link to another great YouTube channel called Sous Vide Everything. It's a way of cooking food under vacuum in a pot of water at a set temperature. Anyway, you prep a piece of meat, freeze it, and then cook it later, sous vide style. Buying beef, chicken, pork, and fish on sale helps control what I spend for food at home. And then there are alternatives like Lidl and Aldi that you could try for groceries as well. Now, food away from home rose 6.8% over the last year, the largest 12-month increase since December 1981. Now, wait. Food away from home rose 6.8%, and food at home rose 8.6%? Well, so I can make money by going out to dinner, huh? Before you make a reservation and save money on eating, understand that this category also includes institutional meals at work and school. The index for food at employee sites and schools actually declined 40.7% over the last 12 months, reflecting free lunch meals. So if you didn't include the free lunch programs at schools, the category of food away from home would be a lot higher than it looks. Now, energy rose 3.5% in February, with gasoline prices up sharply, increasing 6.6%. Over the last 12 months, the energy index rose 25.6%, and gasoline alone rose 38%. Fuel oil was up 43.6%, and natural gas was up 23.6%. So no matter how you heat your house, fuel oil or natural gas, it was higher in the last 12 months. Now, if you've shopped for new or used cars, you know that inflation has hit a lot of car lots too. New vehicles were up 12.4% in the last 12 months, and used cars were up 41.2% over the last 12 months. Now, on a positive note, the monthly index for used cars declined 0.2%, one of the very few numbers in the CPI basket that actually dropped in February. Could it be one of those green shoots or a fluke? So, do you remember how to save money on gasoline? Combine trips and map routes for the most fuel-efficient route. I use Gas Buddy to decide where to go for gas. It's been a great godsend to me recently, but the best way I'm finding to save money on gas is to use my BJ's wholesale membership. The credit card price, and yes, I have the credit card because it earns extra points, but the credit card price is 10 cents lower than the prevailing market rate in our area. Now, others swear by Costco gas prices, but since I'm already a BJ's member, this is my best option. Plus, I earned 3% back on other purchases in the warehouse, 2% for dining and other gas stations other than BJ's, 1% on all credit card purchases, and of course, the credit card bill is paid at the end of every month. Now, there are two theories on how to fill up when the gas price is rising. Do you fill up when it hits halfway? Because if you wait to E, it could be even higher? Or do you try to time the market and hope that the prices drop again by the time you need to fill up? Now, for me, I usually let it go until the first chime, which is 50 miles to E. But my wife will drive this SUV until it's about 6 miles to E before she'll fill up. Now, she fills up more frequently. This is a gas-powered SUV. My car is a hybrid, so I fill up about once a month. So, do you dollar cost average into your fill up, or do you try to time the market? Some other tips: don't drive aggressively. Use the cruise control to hold a steady speed. And I use the resume button to get back up to that cruising speed after a traffic light. That slows down the acceleration of the car. Also, look in the trunk to make sure you're not wasting gas hauling around a lot of unnecessary stuff. And check the tire pressure and keep up with regular service to ensure that your engine is running efficiently. So I'll conclude with my standard warning. I am not a financial professional. I have no initials after my name. I'm not on a closed course here either, so I'm not a professional driver. Don't try this at home. So take this as entertaining ideas from one educated consumer to another. Always do your own due diligence and seek out a professional if you need one. Planner, not driver.